Hi, my name is Jess and I'm one of the diabetes educators at Diabetes Tasmania. I work with all sorts of people who have type 2 diabetes, and if there's one thing I've learned along the way, it is that type 2 diabetes is not simple. For each person, the condition is slightly different and it changes over time. This means that with type 2 diabetes, it is not possible to have a one-size-fits-all solution. It is important to understand this because sadly there's a lot of stigma around living with type 2 diabetes. It is not unusual to feel like it is your fault if you develop diabetes. But remember, not everyone who puts on weight or eats takeaway or doesn't exercise ends up with type 2 diabetes. As I said, it's not that simple. There are many factors beyond our control that lead to a person developing diabetes. Certainly, eating well and staying active are really important, and they can make a real difference in reducing your risk or slowing the progression of your diabetes. But eating well and staying active are really important for everyone, regardless of whether you've got diabetes or not. So what's happening in your body with type 2 diabetes? Generally, there are two things to consider. First, your pancreas is not able to produce enough insulin to get all the glucose out of your blood and into your cells for energy. Second, your body's cells just don't respond to insulin very well. This is called insulin resistance. The more resistant to insulin your body becomes, the more insulin your pancreas has to make to keep your glucose moving out of your blood. Over time, your pancreas can't keep up and your insulin production starts to decline. Type 2 diabetes is different for everyone because everyone has different levels or combinations of insulin resistance and insulin production. Eating well and being active helps reduce insulin resistance and takes the pressure off your pancreas. But as your diabetes progresses, you will likely need medications to help. Different medications help in different ways. Some clear out the extra glucose through your kidneys. Some reduce insulin resistance so that your insulin can work better, and others make your pancreas make more insulin if it can. As your insulin production declines, there may come a point where you need to inject extra insulin, but not everyone with type 2 diabetes will need insulin. Not everyone will be on the same medications, and what works for one person might not work for another, and what works for you now might not work as well later on. Whenever you need to change or start new medications, remember this is not your fault. It is the next chapter in your diabetes journey. Talk to your doctor or diabetes educator. Together we can work out the best management plan to suit you.